Hello, it's Melissa from Kiwi Banana, and today I want to talk to you about Oslob whale shark feeding. So in the island of Cebu in the Philippines, there is a town, an area, place that's called Oslob, and a lot of people go there for the whale shark feeding that occurs there. And I want to talk to you in particular about this activity because it's not something that I think that any tourist should support. And so if you stay tuned for the rest of this video, I'm going to go through more about it and just to help you understand where I'm coming from. So these are a protected shark species in the Philippines, and one of the very first ones, I think it might have been in 1998, but they were labelled by the UN as being an endangered species in the Philippines. And the whales are fed frozen shrimp, and it's pretty much the same location every day by some of the local people there that are obviously profiting off this activity. And this activity really disrupts the behaviour and the diet of the whale sharks. And I've even heard of possibly people maybe capturing them a little bit or putting nets around the area in the morning to try and keep them in a certain area so that they don't try and get out. I'm not sure whether that is true or not. I've never been there, I've never seen it, but this was a story that it was told to me by a couple of Filipinos I was speaking with the other week. Now, if you know anything about whale sharks, you'll know that they are a migrating species, and they don't normally spend a lot of time in the same sort of area. They don't normally, stay on the surface or in shallow water. And because of the feeding, it's making them obviously do those things. And it becomes a danger to the whale sharks because of possible injuries, like maybe something to do with boats and things like that, and also poaching. It makes it a lot easier for poachers to get the whale sharks and use them for other profitable, as they say, means. Now, I also read an article online that was trying to argue that that people should partake in it on the basis that it helps tourism there, and that yes, there are some financially poor people. I say financially poor because just because you're financially poor doesn't mean you're poor in other areas of your life. But they, if you were, to look at the data, they may possibly not earn a lot of money compared to maybe someone like myself, who, when I was living in New Zealand, my income would be seen as exponentially huge compared to what they would earn on a day-to-day basis, living in Oslo, doing other activities. And the problem that I have with that is that, saying that, you should support this activity because it's helping people financially, but is money actually more important than the environment and these animals? If you really care about the community, you can do other things that can help them. So you can obviously still go to the area of Oslo. You can do other activities there. You can choose to not spend your money on supporting that activity. You can choose to spend your money on supporting other things. And if you really want to get deeply involved, and you could stay there for a much longer period of time, or get a group of people together and start projects that help educate locals and people about the activity and what it does to the whales, and also help them to maybe broaden their skills or find other ways that they can actually earn a living without having to try and rely or profit off the whale shark feeding.